100%. Yo, what up? What up? Let me see. Let me see if I can set up the camera real quick. Dang. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can fix this. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see if how I can move the camera the other way. Oh, it's vertical. There we go. Yo, what up? What up? Dang. Tripping. All right, cool. So, how's everybody doing? 65 Lokes here. This is Scale Riders Podcast number 252. I'm your host. And I've been doing some of the streams here and just building wise, and then I realized, you know what? I haven't even done a podcast yet, and we're already going into Wednesday. It's already the middle of the week. So today's Tuesday night right now, just kind of hanging out, and decided, you know what? Why not jump on the live real quick? But let me before I proceed, let me just make sure everything's hooked up cool, the sound and everything. If you guys can please let me know how everything's sounding, um, how it's looking visually right now. Let's see here. I see. All right, cool guys. So check it out. Uh, there's like a few announcements for events that are going to be happening. A couple of them this year, and then there's also going to be one. What is it? Next year in 2025. So let me get adjusted here a little bit, real quick, before we get started here with the podcast episode. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing cool, man, and thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. So talking about model shows, we're gonna start things off with this event here. I do have the flyer right in front of me, and I have like a cool amount of like a stack of flyers of this event here. This is the WonderCon 2025. I will be hooking people up with these in orders. Most California orders, I'm like putting these in there, and then due to the quantity that I have, later I'll be putting in a lot more orders. Once I get another stack from the guys over at One O Wonders. This is an IPMS Region 8, Ventura County, and they present this show. This is going to be a model contest and swap meet, a new location, Oxnard Performing Arts Center, 800 Hobson Way in Oxnard, California, September 7th, 2025, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The admission is $10, and entry is a $3 fee per model. There's free parking at the center, multi-category model contest, uh, open judging with gold, silver, and bronze awards, special award for best battle and brand subject, 85 years, special award for best Korean War subject, 75 years, special award, and best Shelby Mustang, 60 years, special award for People's Choice, special award for dang crappiest kit build. What? Let's see. That one sounds like it should be a fun one right there. Swap meet. There's gonna be a swap meet. We're gonna be there. I'll be there vending. I might be there with one of my homies or something. Helping me out. But we'll be out there for sure. Let's see. So contest entry fee is $3 per model. Uh, 3 entries per person per class maximum. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, so I'm gonna be posting this on the website. I'm gonna see if I could plug some stuff in into the show notes, some more information regarding this event here. So this is gonna be taking place later this year in the city of Oxnard. That's one of the areas where I pretty much grew up. I've already mentioned it before. The venue where it's gonna be at, I have a lot of history in that spot right there. Let me turn on the light right here real quick. Um, going there for prom, going there for like shows, events. Like I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Like I've been there so many times. Let me see real quick who's in the chat. Hey, what's up, Slowly? What up, man? How you doing, dude? Yeah, hey man, I had to blur it out for now. Later, I was like spending so much time trying to get like the right angle here, but let me know how the sound is, you know. Let me know how that is right there. So let's move on to the next event right here. So got another flyer. And see how close I can get where it gets all weird and funky. Or maybe I have to have it like where I'm at right here. But anyway, this is gonna be later this year. The model car guys in conjunction with the NHRA Motorsport Museum presents Spirit of Speed 10. This is Model Car Show and Swap Meet, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., honoring the Gallery of Speed. Check it out right there. The Tri Fives, dang, right there. We got some 57 Bel Airs. It looks like a Del Rey, and man, this is pretty dope. So Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Oh no, Nomad, sorry. Entry fees for the model show and NHRA museum are $10. This includes unlimited entries, free parking, NHRA Motorsport Museum, Fairplex Gate number 1. The address is 1101 McKinley Avenue, Pomona, California, 91768. All proceeds from the show will benefit the NHRA Museum. For more info, you could contact Yamad Plexo numbers. So please don't bother these guys unless you really have a question, all right? Or maybe I won't give out the number. I'll give you the email because I would hate to be getting phone calls at like 3, 4 in the morning for a question due to the change in time and everything. So nostalgia 1320 at Hotmail, and the other one is sf_hess at hotmail.com. So there you have it, guys. This event here. Let me see. I'll show you guys the back right here. So might as well let's go ahead and plug in the who else is let's see here. Let me adjust something real quick. Bam. All right, cool. So this is a George Award categories for the show: Best of Show, Spirit of Speed, Museum, Quality Replica, Best Finish, Best Detail, first, second, and third place awards for each of the following categories. Fast on the Street, Street Machine 1950, newer. Fast on the quarter mile, Fast on the quarter mile, 1/20th and larger. Competition, all non-drag, Fast from the factory stock, Fast on two wheels, motorcycles and trikes, Street Rods 1949 and older, custom show cars and concept cars. Uh, Documented replicas requires photos of a magazine article, dang, showing the actual vehicle. Look at that. Imagine just like rolling up with the vehicle, like the dude that has it. Lowriders, I mean, that's hands down a popular category right there. Curbside, another popular category right there. Commercial vehicle and trucks. And also, if you're on Facebook, if you guys do Facebook, make sure to check these guys out. The Model Car Guys at right there. And I don't know why it blurs it. Let's see. Why is it blurring it? Oh man, I gotta figure this out. But anyway, those are the two flyers there. The next one that I do want to plug in. Let me see if I can get my computer out here. This is the homies. Let me see. Left Coast Classic. This is taking place next year, 2026, in the city of Ventura County. Model Car Show 2026 in the Ventura Fairgrounds. Ooh, here we go. I found the Facebook page. All right, we're gonna get some more info on here. So let me just go right ahead and pull this up. So how's everyone doing? Yo, what's up, George? Dang, what's up, man? Psh, just chilling right here, man. Let's see, getting things started. Let's see. So Left Coast Scale Classic 2026. More info. I mean, check the website, leftcoastscaleClassics.com. But let's just go right ahead and let me do this for you guys. I'll jump into the website right now. So let's see here. 160. Wait, what? It says where 1/64th scale through 1:1 scale meet. What? It's all in the details. Dang. All right. All right. So let's see. Let me scroll down. So it's calling all model car enthusiasts. Location, venue, Ventura County Fairgrounds. So this venue right here is another place right next door to Oxnard, another place where I grew up. Um, I lived in Ventura for some years. By that time, I mean, I was already an adult. I was building some model cars. Had a roommate, and it's a beautiful city right there. I think they picked a great location to have an event. Most definitely. You do have the beach. There's plenty of spots to eat. One spot I will definitely hands down let you guys know, and this is like maybe like coming out of the venue at the end. Definitely, you might want to check out Topper's Pizza. That's like a Ventura, one of Ventura County's best pizza that's out there. Um, everybody who I've taken there or gone with has always liked it. So that's definitely one right there. There's, I mean, plenty of diners and like breakfast spots if you get there early. You want to get some breakfast, grub before the event, which I highly recommend, unless if like, you're packing a lunch or something, or you're like, busting that mission coming down from like San Diego or all the way up north. This is going to be, it's scheduled to be a huge event, right? So there's no more NNL West. We already know that. There's going to be no more. They hung it up. The torch has been turned off and buried. That's it. No more NNL West. Just a legacy of history, and it's just memories right there. Unfortunately, I was not able to go to NNL West last year. I was so busy, I just could not do it. I wish they would have done another one. Hopefully things would have been different. I would have been able to go, but now, that's in the past now for those that went. I mean, I saw the photos, I felt bad, and I was like full of regret, like, man, I should have gone, but it's all good, man. It's all good. We gotta keep looking forward. This one here, Left Coast Scale Classic, this is going to be the first event they're going to have. But I know there's a lot of homies that travel. They love traveling. They love coming out. I know Wes. Wes is one of them. I mean, Wes, Southern California native, you know, um, he's not in SoCal no more, but man, you always see Wes in California. Comes out every year to events, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be coming out to this Vision 124. I was telling him last time I saw him, I was like in May. I was like, man, like you're from New Jersey, but you're always out here. It's crazy. Like you already know California so well. Like I'm sure you could just jump in a car, drive it around, and not worry of getting lost. Like you already know your way from up north, down south. And Dennis Matthews. There's a lot of people that tend to travel out here. This is one if you're planning to fly out. If you've never been to California and you're kind of like, man, I really would like to go. This definitely would be the one I would recommend. There, it's like a middle ground between Northern California and Southern California. So everybody from like San Diego, LA area, the Valley would be people that would be coming up north to meet like in the middle. People that all the artists that are out there in like Oakland, San Francisco, Tracy, all the Bay Area, Redwood City would be coming down south and another meeting point in the middle. Airports, you could always land in LAX if you fly in, or Burbank from there. I mean, it's going to be like an hour drive, from LAX down to Ventura County. You could even take a shuttle, if you get there early, like days before the event. They do offer like I've gone on them. They pick you up LAX, drop you off in Ventura, pick you up in Ventura, and drop you off at LAX. They do have all that good stuff too. So it's possible. It's not like, oh, how do I do it? There's always a way. There's always a way. No matter where you're at, in the U.S. And if you want to travel out to California and make this one of your first official events, definitely come out. I will be acquiring some flyers from the guys and putting them in the orders. Shout outs to Big Dave. I did talk to him already about that. He said he's gonna hook it up with some flyers and stickers as well. Yo, what's up, Hector? Thanks for joining, man. I'm good, dude. I'm good. Just man, it slipped up on me. I didn't do a podcast yet. I was like focusing a lot on on the streams with building the Corvair. Just putting a little bit of work, and then I decided, you know what, man, I got a little bit of time right now. Let's knock out an episode. You know, give you guys some information, and let's see right here. So on the website, you guys can check it out here. Left Coast Scale Classic.com. Let me see. Let me see if they have anything in other sections right here. Oh, oh man, that's a huge paragraph. If I want to read that right now, but yeah, I mean, parking. They have a huge parking lot. It's $10 per vehicle. The hall, it's going to be held in the San Miguel Hall on the fairgrounds, and I mean those halls are pretty big. The ones they have right there at the spot, food, drinks, and I mean there's going to be 164 scale. I'm pretty sure there's going to be the RC stuff there too. Model cars 124, 125th, most likely 132. Pretty much like all scales across the board, and then one-on-one cars as well. So it's going to be something that is going to make a lot of sense. Like car enthusiasts, also scale model builders, all coming together. So it should be pretty cool. Highly recommend you guys to come out to this event right here. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. Let me see. Oh yeah, you're right. So there's gonna be an event that David's doing out in Texas. Let me see. Man, you know what? I don't have my hey, if you could plug me the title of it, but let me see if I could find it here. I'm on because I'm streaming from the phone right now, so I can't even jump on there or it's just gonna kick me off possibly. But let me see. I think it's called what, Texas Showdown, I think. Showdown. Let me see if I could find it. Model event show. Model show. I'm trying to type as fast as possible, see if it comes up in the feed. See if it Oh man, some other stuff. What the heck? Some other stuff popped up with like models, supermodels and stuff. I'm like, man, I'm on the wrong page. Let's see, Texas. Yeah, man. George, if you could plug me with the date, I know it's in October. It's like a week before the Acme show. That's for sure. That'd be dope because I'll be able to read the info on here because I on Instagram I have seen the flyer being posted up. I just haven't seen anything else as far as what I've seen already on there on Instagram. I'm trying to find Facebook right here, but man, I'm not coming across anything right now. But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be in the city of Denton, Texas. I know that for sure. But let me see. I'm trying to like find this fast, but man, yeah, if you could plug me in with that, I would greatly appreciate that. Or right there, that'd be pretty cool. I wanted to shout out the homie Ryan. He hooked us up with stickers. I got a stack of them right here. So I'm giving these out in every order that comes in to the website, into the web through the website, and yeah, it's crazy because I was holding the stack, and then I remembered, hey, what's like that the stuff all these young dudes do with the money, when they start playing around with it like this, and I was like, oh, that's how they do it, But nah, I don't know, man, I'm not doing it right. But anyway, yeah, these are some pretty dope stickers. They're pretty big. It's a nice size, put them on the bench, slap them. I put one inside of the paintbrush airbrush booth. It's in there, so that's pretty cool. He hooked it up. Ryan, he's another person that likes to travel. He's from Hawaii. He goes to a lot of different shows. I've met him out here in my area. I've also, have seen him up north and stuff. So it's really nice to always see Ryan. Not too long ago, he was out here in May. He flew out in May, so that was pretty cool. He was out here in the city of in the valley, close to LA. But let's see, let's check it out here. But yeah, shout outs to him hooking it up right here with that stuff right there. And yeah, regarding the Corvair, I did Let me see if I can get it right here. I was working on it last night for those that joined. I know this thing's gonna blur it out because I got the blurry background, but I did end up filling in some of the vents up right here with glue. I just need to sand them. I need to sand that down, and once I get it really sanded down, I'll really be able to see what I need to correct. Uh, what I need to do in order to get it smooth. I got to be very careful on the center line because here in this center line area, I want to keep that detail that's right here. This is where I'm going to be adding some of the Hasegawa mirror finish. It's another substitution for the bare metal foil. Um, I do like using both applications. It really depends. On this car here, I'm gonna try to showcase more of the overall paint job, trying to give it like just like a clean kind of custom look, and more going for like that show car kind of look. For those that have gone to like the and what's the show right now? I'm trying to think. It's a one-on-one show. It's huge. It's here in California. Man, my mind's going blank real quick. But the Grand National Roadster Show. So if you guys have ever had the opportunity to go to that, those of you that are here in California, you'll notice that like that's the show where a lot of people bust out. That's the show where people that are like building lowrider cars, custom cars. That is the show where they tend to bust out. It's an event where if you really want to see some clean stuff, some builds that you've never seen before, cars that don't get burned out, cars that you're not going to see at every show. That is definitely a show to go to. It's at the beginning of the year, and it's one of those shows that sets things off because you'll see a car there at the show, but then you might not see it again. You'll see it probably on Instagram and something, but as far as in person, you might see it maybe in Santa Maria at a custom show. You might see it at a lowrider event during the summertime, but that's it. I mean, these cars are like secrets, They're they're kept in the dark kind of thing, and then when it's time to bust out, I mean, they make a lot of noise. So that's kind of the influence sometimes when I'm like pretending in my head, like, oh, this is like, if I had a custom car, a 101, and I was gonna present this there to the event, this is kind of the look that I would like to go for. And the mirror finish from Hasegawa, that's definitely something that looks really good right there. When you apply it to your builds, it just looks dope. You know, like really clean, like a chrome finish on there. There's also bare metal foil. It's gonna look more silver compared to chrome when you compare them together. When you put them side by side, one's gonna be a little bit more brighter than the other. But I mean, they're dope. They both do the trick. It just depends on the era and the type of car you're trying to go for. Because I mean, I wouldn't put mirror finish on a build like on a rusted build or something that's like weathered. It would look kind of odd. I mean, you can, but it would just look kind of odd. I don't know if I would really see that in real life, but I don't know. Everybody, makes that decision at the end. Um, but yeah, so the Corvair, you know, going back to it, I gotta fill in that area right there. Here, I wonder if I get closer to the camera, if it might not blur it. I probably have to take over most of the camera. All right, yeah, this is weird. Anyway, all right, here we go. So all this is gonna get filled in. Um, Trunk's gotta get uh primered. Once I get that all primered up, then I'm gonna do another coat of primer on this build with the Tamiya primer, and then from there, it's gonna give it more of a cleaner um, kind of look. If I see any more defects, things like that I need to fix, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll fix that up from there. Yo, what up, Model Cars 1589? What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome, dude. Thanks for coming through and just chilling with us right here. So, with this build, it's gonna be a fun one for me. I just gotta clean it up, get it nice and clean, and I'm hoping to share some more of the process, see kind of like some of the things I got to go through to get it to that next step, and then just kind of going from there. As far as like the interior, also that's another piece. Let me see if I can bust out from this box. Um, that's another part that I'm gonna be looking into customizing as well, because if I'm gonna be doing all that work to the interiors might as well try to match something of it, just try to keep it clean. It's one of those interior tubs where it's all one piece, you know. Um, like you just get a bench seat in the back and then the side panels right here. The cool thing is there's not much going on the sides, so I can easily get right in there and sand this down. I could use an electronic sander or some type of tool to get right in here and just basically delete everything that's right here on the sides, get all that deleted out. Um, if I wanted to really like customize like the seats, I could use different seats for the first two front ones, and then the back, I can either like cut out around the bench seat and then start layering with styrene, like a thinner styrene. I could shape it out. You could do different things to it where later you could build on that foundation, either adding like that foam or even just like flock or crushed velvet. Any like little thing just to make it a little bit more attractive, like on the exterior part. As far as like the package tray, this could be another area that could get sanded. You can add like let's say if in the body I decide, oh, I'm gonna maybe add a little bit of flake here and there. Let me see, I'm like moving this thing around. I don't know, anywhere, right? Like a little bit of flake, I could probably add that same effect on here and have this part like match the body of the car and the interior be a different color, or not different color, like a different kind of tone of the color, like a two-tone kind of thing. I don't know, just something to play around with. But that's that right there. And as far as the mesh, I have I might be going with this right here. This is, oh man. All right. KA models right here. This is a diamond pattern mesh that I'm going to be rolling with. Um, KA models. I've been carrying some of their stuff for a while now, but very minimal. As far as like the collection goes, I don't really have too many pieces of theirs. But I know whenever I've gotten this sheet right here, this one does tend to sell pretty fast that I have here. This sheet right here has a little bit of damage on the top, but I mean, I'm going to be cutting it anyway, using like a piece of it, and then that's going to be going on the back part of the vent, right down here. So that should be fun to do right there. I'm trying to think. I wonder if maybe let me see if I could turn this camera around, and because I'm getting bored with this like this like blurred background, weird blurred background right here. But man, I see I don't really have nowhere to even put this right here. If it's just gonna be like floating or whatever. I don't know, man. I should have thought this out earlier. I was struggling. I was like, man, how am I gonna like put this together? But I'm still getting situated here in the spot. As far as like building, I've been excited. Like, for those that have been watching the stream, I've been on here just getting on and like working on stuff. And I also like package orders and stuff like that here as well. I just gotta fix up some of the background. That's why I have it blurred. There's some areas, some spots that I need to like fix. Here, let me I've been wanting to showcase something to you guys here. Let me see if I can flip the camera. Let me just grab this thing real quick. I've been wanting to show you that, guys, this shark. But I'm gonna have to, let me see. Let me lay this down. Hold on, guys. I don't know if the effects will show, but we're gonna find out right now. Let's see. Flip this around. All right, let me take off the. Let me see if I can take off the blur part. If it'll let me. See, you see my hand? All right. Damn, bear with me, guys, real quick. Let me see how do I do this. Better not stop the video. That'll be whack if I do that. I'll be like, what? All right, background effects. Let's take it off. None. Boom. All right. Nice. So let's check it out. Let's get this close to the light. I need to sand this thing. Let me see. Yeah, I painted this some years back, but I added a lot of different effects to this piece here. We might not be able to see the flake. It's just different effects. There's candies, there's pearls, some marbleizing. Like right there at the top, like that purple with the black, that's like marbleized right there. That was fun doing that part right there. And the blue part, there's like a blue type of flake. I could kind of see it, man. I don't know. It's kind of trippy. And then the back part. But yeah, this shark, I ended up purchasing this panel over at Coast Airbrush. I got this, man, like I said, like some years back, and then I ended up painting it right there. But this thing's pretty neat. This this shark, say fish. But yeah, I've been wanting to show this to you guys for a while because I had it hidden somewhere and I found it. I was like, oh, dude, I gotta bust this out right here. So yeah, this is fun. They sell a lot of different panels. This is from a company called Panel Jammers. That's also, I believe, in Southern California. Let me go ahead and put this back. I'm just kind of hanging it right here. It's hanging 10 right there for now. All right, guys, let's see. So far, I've been just kind of bringing stuff out little by little. This is all just like detail parts, things of that nature right here that I'm gonna be busting out with later. And then I also have these exciting pocket size um, these chip cards or chip books. So this is all House of Color paints right here. This is like the 1, 2, and book 3 pocket size. So it pretty much let me see, let me put my let me put this down real quick so you guys can kind of peep game. Here, let me see if I could do it this way for you guys. All right. Bam. So you flip through it and there's just a ton of colors, different effects. I mean, when you see this stuff in person under the sun, you're like, dang, there's just so much. And it just keeps going. And then there's metal. There's just so many effects, but basically, like you'll decide on a color you like, and then in the back, it tells you the formula of what they used for that color. And these are all actual like House of Color paints. From what I've heard, is that they actually uh like lay these out. They paint them. They primer them, paint them, clear coat them. They're all cut and they're all like pasted on these things like manually. That's what I've heard. I don't know, but they're pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna see if I could switch back to myself. All right, cool. Hope you guys enjoy that little segment right there. It was just like super quick. When I do the streams, I mean, I'll definitely when I'm building my car, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more about that right there. Um, but but yeah, that car has been one of the ones that's been on the list to finish right there. The Corvair, Armando Flores had done this like phenomenal presentation with a lot of guys that collaborated and they contributed their model to it, and to that presentation. Unfortunately, I was not able to do it myself. I just didn't have the time, but now that I do have the time and I'm getting a bit situated and everything, I I do plan on finishing that build right there and getting that one out to you guys. And then the other one I have is the Laurel. Let me let me see here. I know on some of the first early streams I did kind of pull this model out just playing around. Um, I don't even know if I'll show it. Weird. I don't like this blur effect stuff. Even if I put a background, I know it's gonna still do the same here. Let me see if I could do the background. Let me see. How FX. Boom. Ooh, we got the EF9. Check it out. That's an old one right there. That's weird. Let's see. But yeah, how's everyone doing right here? Let's see. What's up, Armando? Dang, what up? Crow Customs. Do a Corvair, bro. Do it. Do it. For sure. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. Wanted to do the episode right here and go live, check in with you guys. And tomorrow I will be oh shoot, most likely doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm planning on I'll have time tomorrow night to jump back on and work on the Corvair and start start getting in those final touches for the preparation for paint. So I'll definitely be working on that right there. And then hopefully in the coming days, I'll be able to schedule something into to start planning on doing like interviews as well. Right now I'm just trying to like figure out the audio part of things, the visual part of things, and trying to set all that up. And I've been ordering some stuff, so I'm just kind of waiting for that stuff to arrive. So this way I could start tying in all these things together and get it going. And then from there, I can give like a better presentation. As far as the streaming goes, it's been fun. It's been really easy. It's more of bust out the subject, bust out the materials, the tools, and just go live. And it's just recording automatically and just go with the flow, right? Once it's done, that's done and the episode's there or the video's there for you guys to watch later. And I'm not really tripping on that. Like it's like, all right, cool, let's move on to the next. Um, because prior to that, I was spending a little too much time trying to figure things out and I noticed it was eating up my building time, right? So I know things will get better as time goes, but as of right now, I just want to get things going. I really like that I have the airbrush booth right next to the bench right here. I mean, it's all part of like one piece all together. So this way, whatever I prep here, I could definitely move on and start, basically painting it, and I could even the camera could just be moved over real quick and we start doing that and it's all good, I don't gotta be all like, oh damn, I gotta go to another room or something or trying to figure it out, Um right now there's nothing holding me back, there's really no excuse. There's nothing holding me back to be like, oh, I couldn't do this model because of this, because of that. I feel like I've already kind of went through all the things that prevented me from working on a build, So now we're at this point where it's like I just gotta, get back into the groove of things and do it up. And it feels a little weird because it's been so long to have that kind of a freedom, to be able to be like, you know what, from this time going forward to this time, I can actually work on some builds or things um have some time for myself, to be creative. Another thing I'm getting excited about is even like pinstriping, going back to that. Like I did some years back, try learning how to do it, and I started to learn how to palette, and then I was practicing pulling like straight lines and things like that. And you got to put in so much work and hours to really even get a straight line. And that was fun when I was doing it. I was using the Alpha 6 enamel, and I still kept all my brushes, all my materials, all my stuff that I used for that. I still have it. So I'm excited to bring that stuff back and have it. So this way, whenever I feel like a little burned out or just something around a build, I can always bust out that and practice, work with it, and then go back to the scale model builds. Another thing too is later I'll start buying like the House of Color um, enamel. I guess it's like a enamel urethane. I'll be buying that. I don't know if it's a hybrid, but so this way I can actually even like pinstripe on a model car if I wanted to do like a really like small like fine line. I'll be able to do something like that. So it would just depend, it'll really depend on the direction of the builds of what I'm doing. But I am excited to even get back into that because now I have the proper space to be able to do that and even like lay things out, let them dry and so forth. So as far as builds go, there's nothing holding me back, preventing me, but myself. If I decide, oh, I don't feel like doing it, I don't want to do it, you know, that's just me. Like, being lazy or maybe I'm burned out. I don't know, but I know right now I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty hyped right now. Um, but I know, the last couple times I was going live, I was working on the build. That was fun. But today I was like, dude, I got to do a podcast. I can't let this week go by and not do a podcast. We got to knock one out. Tomorrow, going back to, coming back here and building. You won't see me much. You'll just be able to listen to me. But I'll be just going through the process of the build itself right there, so you guys could kind of see like what's going down right there. And hopefully, I'll get these cars done for these shows that I just mentioned earlier on. The one in September, and then also the other one in November. So this way, if you guys come out or you guys are out here, you guys can, check those out right there. So two events that are for this year coming up, and we'll be vending at these two events that I mentioned earlier on the podcast. Very looking forward to this. This should be a fun one right here. And let me see. I'm trying to think of what else. I feel like I'm missing out on something to mention. Um, yeah, this week. Oh yeah, just like real quick, just to plug in some things from the store. We did get a lot of detail parts. Also, in case if you guys are looking for detail parts, we got stuff from like Edward Models, Gopher Racing, Ken's Custom, Fuzzy Fur. We got some of that stuff in. We also got some like Tamiya tools as well. Lots of tape. We got a lot of tape. Some Mr. Hobby paints as well for like primers, surfacers. We got those in right there. And last week, I know we got a bunch of kits that showed up, like Fujimi, Aoshima. I would recommend it if you guys want to get on like the mailing list on our website. You could join that because right there is where I pretty much just plug everything that arrives right there in case if there's something in particular that you're looking for. So that's stuff there. As far as like also like when I'm building, most of the tools that I'm using are tools that I have on the site. There might be some that might not be just because they might be some old tools, maybe some one-offs that I only have one of. Maybe it could be something that was gifted to me, um, you know, from Armando or like someone, Rudy, like my close friends, that have something that they've passed down to me, and just stuff that I've kind of collected over the years. Also, the other day I pulled out a little drawer and it was full of nippers, and I was going, "Dang, there's like so many nippers in here." And I remember going through them at some point in different stages, and now I'm just like kind of hoarding them, like having them as like little collector pieces, I guess. Um, but let's see. Yo, what's up, Kevin? What up, man? Kevin Smith. Dang, Gary Seeds. Hell yeah, that's the homie right there. That's cool. Um, Scaled Innovations. That's cool. Let's see. Scaled Innovations asks, where do you find your inspirations for a project? Um, Pretty much right now, I would say like because I haven't gone to any shows lately as far as like a one-on-one scale. event. I've only it's been a while, so I would say like Instagram, definitely that. Or if I come across maybe like a magazine, an old magazine, if a car, I don't know, I tend to kind of look at some of the cars that could be a little odd or a little not as common, just to see like, oh, what can we do here, you know? And I'm really, I would say I'm really influenced by a lot of the Japanese cars. I love the styles, I love the attitude, I love the very like people might look at it as like, oh wow, that must be very unique, and oh, this was thought out, it's very thoughtful and it's meaningful and this and that. But then you listen to these interviews or you find out stuff, and they ask the dude and he's like, I don't know, I just did it. Like, I don't know, I just didn't care or whatever. Like, I just did it. And it's funny because you think, oh, I thought it was gonna have this huge meaning. There's gonna this huge story behind it and everything. And a lot of times they don't have no stories. They just do it, and it's very unique. It's very like very punk in a way. Um, just not following the trend, just kind of doing your own thing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I kind of like that stuff right there too. And I mean, sometimes I see a car on the street and I admire it, and I'm like, man, that's dope. I try not to criticize it too much because I don't even have a car. Because sometimes in the past I would be like, oh man, I wish they wouldn't have added this. They should have done this better or that. And it's like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. I just kind of want to tend to see what's up. Man, one show too that right now just came to mind. I think it's the Custom Capital show that's done. I'm trying to think of the city, but it's like it's up north. It's like past like Fresno area, and this is by a Dead End Magazine. They do a dope yearly show. Went there once with Armando to that right there. Um, let's see here. Hey Armando, are you gonna be going to that show, the Custom Capital that Dead End Magazine is doing? Because I did see they posted. I don't know. Is it this month? I almost feel like it's this month. Um, that event right there, but I'm not quite too sure. So I'll have to see it here. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Everyone's chilling right here in the chat. And let's see, sharpest snippers are my favorites. Dang. But yeah, we're just all hanging out right now. It's Tuesday night. We're jumping into Wednesday. Tomorrow, I mean, I'm gonna try to extract the audio from this and put it up in the normally where I post my podcast right there, because the video is gonna be up. This will be there, but I'm hoping, like I said, the future ones that I do, they're gonna be better than this one. This is just like the rough edited one, real quick, unedited. What am I talking about? Just kind of just throwing it up together. Um, Let me see. Oh, there you go. It's in Salinas, and it is this month. All right. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know, Armando. Yeah, that there's a lot of nice cars that go to that event too. There's a lot of cool stuff that you'll see there. That's one. If you're in California and you want to see some cool stuff, definitely go to that one right there. I went there with Armando and it was fun. I remember we brought out some auto cars, and it was also like a contest. But Armando was also showcasing some of his cars there too, and it was pretty awesome. It's probably like a 4 to 5 hour drive uh, for us from here. Driving out from like LA County, Ventura County area, heading out that way up north. It's going to be quite a distance. But whoever's up in northern, I would say it's probably more like a couple hours or an hour. Not too bad, you know. Let me see right here. We see cars prices up. All right, scale innovations asks, so you see a car that inspires you to build Do you paint it the same color as the 101, or do you have a process of choosing the colors and wheels? Um, yeah, a lot of times, like if I do see a 101 scale car at an event, and it just like I like the color just like blows me away. Where I'm like, dude, I love taking photographs, so I'll take as many photos because I want to see like what effects or try to figure out like how did they get there. I want to see like I'm trying to visually imagine the layering, right? Of like what did they put underneath? What was the base? What effect was here and there? And then also if they're doing fades or certain panels, sometimes it's it's pretty hard to replicate the paint job. I know Armando's a master at that. I mean, me nah, maybe not, maybe in the future that'll be something I'll try to do. But right now, I just try to just freestyle like my own thing. But just seeing like the combinations and stuff, I might I'll do my own take on it, but there'll definitely be an influence behind it, especially something like that. And then I'll use like photos to like reference back. And yeah, as far as the wheels, I used to make a huge mistake back in the day regarding the wheels because I used to just get a model and start working on it. I wouldn't even mock it up with the wheels. I would just start working on the body, start working on the interior, the engine, putting it all together, right? And then once I put the wheels on, car's already painted and everything, right? I would notice, oh, it's too high. I don't like it, or I don't like the way those wheels look. I need to lower it, and I need to make these changes. A lot of times it was too late, you know. Um, Even if I try to lower it, I mean, I was gonna have to cut things. I was gonna have to take things out. I was gonna have to like pretty much just cut through what I already painted, all that work. So it wouldn't work out. I would always run into a problem, and then as time went on, and I'd be building some cars with like Armando, he would already right off the bat ask the questions like, "What colors are you planning on? Have you decided to use for this build? And like, what kind of wheels? Just to get an idea." And I remember in the beginning, my mind would go blank as far as colors. Like, even that was hard for me to like be like, "Oh, well, let's just say blue." But then it's like, well, what kind of blue? Because there's tons of blues and there's all kinds of effects for blue. What are you trying to do? So that was all stuff that took time. It was all homework. But I had to build some stuff in order to get there. But Armando did help like me like open up my mind and think a lot about like, what direction, what I needed to do. So then finally, as time went on, leading up to like now, maybe the last like couple years, um, whenever I'm gonna build a build now, I do, decide right away. I want this slammed, I want this lowered, or maybe this is gonna be at this stance right here. And now I really start mocking things up with wheels to get that height, to get the stance and everything. And once like all that is set in play, um, it's like the colors, everything. It starts to come to me like what colors I want to go to. I also what helps is I look at all my previous builds and I go, all right, I've already done all these colors. Now it's time to do a different color. I don't want to do the same color again. I keep doing the same colors. I'm getting too comfortable with the same colors. I got to switch it up, and then I'll switch it up. Um, but yeah, with custom paint, I mean, you could do a lot of variations of blue or green or pink or purple. There's just so many different variations. But yeah, it took time though. It wasn't right off the bat. That took time to get to that point right there, and I'm still learning as I go. I see Armando's builds every time he does a new car and something, and I'm always like, dang, like I would have never thought of that combination of colors. I would have never thought to like put that color here and there, or there's always like one color that's the dominant color that overpowers, the secondary color. But then again, it's like how loud is which color. I don't know. I don't know if that was the right way to say it, but it's almost like saying, like, let's say you paint the whole body the dominant color, right? The whole body is like the loud one, the one that gets the eye, and then the roof, you do the secondary color. It's less dominant, but it's there, it complements the primary one, and that becomes like a very traditional style of a car, of a paint job. But then, when you look at a body, there's different panels in different sides, the top, different parts of the car. And when you start customizing and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna do a section here of this dominant color, and then and another fade here of a dominant color," then this is gonna be second. You start getting really complex, and when I see his stuff, it's simple, but it's also complex. Like if you see it, like, you'll be, wow, like, that's beautiful. But then when you start to study it, you really start to see, like, holy crap. Like, you had a layer, you had to go through these steps first to get to that point. But man, I just kept rambling off right there. But I hope that answered it. Hopefully. Well, let's see. Dang, what up, guys? Might go to the Acme show. Almost done. Nice, man. Yeah. Hope to see you there. I really want to go to that show. But let's see. Yeah, man, you're right. You're right. Every day is a school day. That's for sure, man. It doesn't stop right there. Um, yeah, I feel like with model building, it's good to try out different things. If you want to start working on, like, body work, dive into that. Like customization. If you want to dive into the interiors, go crazy with that. Every little thing, right? And as you go, you start to really learn, like, what's your strong, like, what you're really good at, and then what's the one where you're like, oh man, this is not the strongest right now. Later, you can make it a strong. It's just, it takes time. I know for me, I'm not really strong at detailing engines right now. Like going like heavy. Like, I look at Wes Salazar stuff, and like his engines just are crazy. Like, as far as the detail that goes into that I'm like, man, like the wiring and everything. And I feel like until I feel like stepping into that stage and getting more into that is when I'll be able to really dive deep and really just focus on that. For now, I keep focusing on the exterior or the interior, more of that kind of look. But at some point, I know, as I'm learning, I'm gonna want to really do. I'm gonna be satisfied when I'm able to uh, do a build that I could later showcase and just be excited to tell people about. Oh, look, the engine work, the interior, the exterior, and I even added lights. Headlights, rear tail lights, interior lights, and who knows, maybe in the future, we come across some little audio boxes or things like that, that could, like, play music, at a low volume, that when you peek in to look, you could hear the music. It's not like so loud. It's just enough that when you get close to the model car, you go, wow, man, what the heck? Because everybody learning every day more and more and more and showcasing this stuff, it just keeps pushing everything, to that next level right there, for these builds. Let's see, guys. But guys, I'm gonna hang right here. I'm gonna wrap this one up. This is episode number 252. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's getting kind of late over here on my end. I got to get ready for tomorrow morning, as you guys know. But tomorrow I'll be back on here, working on the Corvair. So if you guys want to join, I'm gonna make a flyer. I was like, why haven't I done that? But now that I'm, like I said, getting into the groove of things, I gotta get situated, kind of start creating like a schedule. So I'll be putting out like a flyer on my Instagram, Facebook page, and even here, on the community section, that I'll be doing the build. Let you know, like, just working on it, following up with you guys and chatting it up. So so yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. All you guys that jumped in the chat, participated also. Shout outs to you guys, for hanging out with me right here. Tomorrow I should be on around, I would say like 10 p.m. Pacific. That's kind of the time I'm aiming for tomorrow. And yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you guys. You guys have a good one, a good night. And hopefully tomorrow,